Leatt Brace was conceptualized initially around 2001 after a racing incident where somebody that I knew who participated in enduro racing fell off and died at relatively low speed, and I was involved in his resuscitation. Unfortunately, he was unsuccessful, and we had to tell his family that he'd succumbed from what we presumed was a neck injury. At the same time, my son had just started riding a motorcycle, and for me this became very real, that I was putting my son potentially in harm's way, considering that motorcyclists were protected with crash helmets, chest guards and all sorts of apparel, but nobody was really looking after the rider's neck. So the brace evolved out of a medical background and an understanding of classification of neck injuries and injury vectors, forces that produce neck injuries. And combining those two engineering and medical disciplines, I started developing prototypes of a neck brace which I thought would act as an alternative load path and decrease the loading of the neck, and in so doing reduce the major injury vectors and the typical neck injuries produced in motorcycle racing. The Leatt Lab, which is based in Cape Town, South Africa, the heart of Leatt Corporation, is concerned with innovation of safety equipment, as well as testing and research and study of impact biomechanics, which allows us to develop products in this sphere. We have an innovative team which consists of biomedical engineers from South Africa, a sports engineer from Europe, myself as a doctor, and various technicians. We also have a wide variety of test equipment which allows us to study the benefits of our existing products and helps us innovate new products.
The Leatt Brace is based on years of academic research and extensive evaluation of head and neck injuries, together with testing at test facilities and via simulation software. The design rationale behind the Leatt Brace is to help bring the head to a controlled stop during an accident or fall. This is achieved by providing a padded, rigid structure that helps act as an alternative load path for neck forces. Helmet impacts otherwise transmitted from the helmet to the skull and then to the neck are redirected from the helmet to the brace and then to other, less vulnerable body structures. The design of the Leatt Brace helps prevent the helmet or head from projecting over the brace, and therefore helps prevent a fulcrum action, which has been documented in literature pertaining to the use of collar devices. The Leatt Brace may be worn with most types of motorsport body armor and chest protectors. Over long distances, the Leatt Brace will also offer some relief from neck fatigue. The Leatt Neckbrace system helps prevent the following extreme movements: head forward, hyperflexion; head rearward, hyperextension; head sideways, lateral hyperflexion; head helmet, rearward on the neck, posterior hypertranslation. The Leatt Brace has been designed to be set up in stages to suit your requirements. Please follow the fitment process, which should take you only a few minutes to complete. Step 1. The brace has been supplied with 4 pins. The 10mm pin is in position. In order to find your correct size, fit the brace on your shoulders and chest. If the brace doesn't fit comfortably on your shoulders and chest with the fitted 10mm pin, then try the 0mm pin. If the 10mm pin is too short, then try the 20mm or 30mm pins. Now attach the strut onto the thoracic assembly. Slender riders can insert the 7-degree wedge upright between the thoracic assembly and the strut. The strut locates into the back assembly. Step 2. Insert the strut into the rear member of the brace, starting with one shim on either side of the strut. The strut and shim will always be contained within the brace, so you can adjust at any time. There is no need to fit the locking cap screw at this time. Now refit the brace. If the brace is pulled slightly backward, place the 2 shims before the strut. If the brace has become too loose, place the 2 shims behind the strut, toward the rear of the brace. When fitted properly, the brace should rest comfortably on your shoulders. It should fit snugly, but not too tight. You should be able to comfortably fit your hand between the thoracic strut and your back. Press down on the front or rear of the brace. If the brace rocks back and forth, it's too loose and should be adjusted. If you lift your arms, then drop them, the brace should move up and then fall back into place when your arms are dropped. When the 10, 20, or 30mm pins are used, Fit the padding insert to cover the exposed pins on the inner brace structure. Peel back the rear padding to expose the Velcro. Place the padding insert over the exposed pin. Reapply the padding. Certain models are equipped with adjustable upper tables. Both the front and rear tables are adjustable. With the brace sitting on your shoulders, sit in or on your vehicle to determine the range of movement you need. Once you've determined this by moving the front and rear members up and down, hand tighten the locking screws. When wearing a roost guard, the lower portion of the front assembly of the brace should be placed inside the roost guard, and the upper portion of the front assembly should be outside the roost guard. The same applies to the back upper and lower portions of the brace. The chest strap can provide additional stability and comfort. The rear part of the chest strap has no stretch and should be attached to the Velcro on the thoracic member. The front part of the chest strap has controlled stretch and should be attached to the Velcro on the underside of the front lower member with the adjusters on either side of your chest. Adjust for comfort and stability. The brace can be worn very comfortably and unobtrusively with a body jacket. When wearing a body jacket with the brace, ensure that the brace rests comfortably over the front of the jacket. At the back of the jacket, the thoracic assembly should be worn on the inside. You may want to wash your Leatt brace after hard riding. The brace and integrated padding can only be washed with a gentle soap or detergent in cold water, rinsed in cold water, and dried with a cloth. Common substances like solvents, cleaners, and hair tonics can cause damage. You might not see it, but it may compromise the effectiveness or safety of the brace. Always check the material content label before applying any cleaning agent. To store the brace, place it on a clean, dry surface in a dry, well-ventilated environment, out of direct sunlight and extreme temperatures. To maintain maximum performance, inspect your brace before each use. If any of the components, such as the front component, hinge lever assembly, pins, strut, nylon washers, or the back component, are worn, cracked, or deformed, or if the inside is deteriorated, stop using the brace. We at Leatt wish you many safe hours of racing and riding, and we recommend replacing your brace after 2 years of normal racing conditions. Replace any components that are damaged when necessary. To order replacement parts, visit our website at leatt.com to find a dealer near you. Warning: cycling and racing can be dangerous. Participation in these activities can result in severe brain, head, and neck injuries, which may result in paralysis or death. Perform these activities with caution and use and wear appropriate safety equipment. The Leatt Brace by Leatt Corporation, the inventor and manufacturer, do not claim to be able to eliminate all such injuries by using this device. Completely read and understand the contents of the user manual prior to attempting to use this device.